Yo guys, what is up? Back with another video, but this time I'm doing a NBA podcast. This is gonna be the first episode, and I'm here with my friend. If you want to introduce yourself?
Yo, what's up? My name's Dennis. I am a diehard Celtics fan. Yeah, I'm happy to be on the podcast.
Hell yeah, that's the spirit. Hey, so I have some questions. I'm gonna ask you primarily, and then I'll pitch in here and there. But so let's start. First question: How do you feel about the trades that we made? So speaking of trades, probably like the last in the off season specifically, not like the trade deadline or anything like that.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off with that smart trade to get Porzingis to Boston. My first reaction was I was devastated, man. Like, cause Marcus Smart has been like the longest Celtic on the roster since we drafted him in 2014. I just loved his play on the court. He was always, that leader that we needed.
Facts, bro.
He just played his heart out every night, bro. And yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, it's crazy. I mean, you're losing essentially your leader, longest. He's in that leadership role, so it's like, who you're gonna have now, right? It's crazy.
yeah. Yeah. We're gonna miss his toughness and his defensive presence and everything. But I think we're gonna talk about this later. But we did get Jrue Holiday on the team, so he is an upgrade from Marcus Smart. But yeah, bro, I'm definitely gonna miss Marcus Smart. You've alluded to this. You want to see him back in the Celtics jersey, so
Yeah,
hey, maybe we'll get him back sometime.
I hope so. I mean, I think we can be able to do it. I mean, he has a what 18 million, 19 million contract. I went into the trade simulator and I actually made this trade. We get Smart and we give Derek White. I know that's not the best trade, but we give Derek White in a first round 2026 pick, and it actually went through because they have the similar contract, which is crazy. But I mean, he's
Yeah,
getting old, so I don't know.
yeah,
But I just want him just to win the ring for him because he
yeah.
deserves it. Like,
No, I would love to see him back in the Celtics jersey in the future. So yeah, so we got Porzingis in that trade, and in terms of like just from a fan point of view, like I said, missing Marcus Smart's gonna be missed. But looking at a basketball point of view, we did get the better player in Porzingis, so
yeah.
that is a win. We just get so what we gave us Smart, we gave up like a couple picks,
Muscala,
Muscala, yeah, Gallinari.
Gallinari. Yeah, it sucked because I want. He's been talking about how he wanted to play on the Celtics the whole time. Yeah, ever since he grew up, and then he just never got the chance because his injury and stuff. But I really wanted
Yeah,
to see
that's
him low key. He was kind of nice with it low
unfortunate.
key.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so yeah, he was injured, and Muscala wasn't really part of our rotation. And like the pick we gave up, I don't believe it was that value. That pick is going to be that valuable.
Yeah,
So we basically got Porzingis for Smart, which, like I said, is an upgrade. We just hope that Porzingis can stay healthy on the court because you know how he can barely play more than 50 games in a season. So yeah,
I mean he did have his healthiest season last year, and probably one of his
true.
best,
Yeah.
I think, in terms of
Yep.
like
Yep.
he's a good like 3 point shooter, so he can take the shots that Smart took basically, but at that big man position, which is gonna be lethal, bro. Okay. Uh,
Yeah. I did want to mention.
yeah.
What's up? Yeah, I did want to mention that in terms of fit, like Porzingis, like he's gonna space the floor for us, like you mentioned. He can hit the three ball. So yeah, that's really gonna be helpful for like Tatum and Brown, who like driving to the rim, and we got Porzingis in the corner at the key, and just they can just kick the ball out if they need him to. So yeah,
Yeah, but I feel like the spacing was gonna go crazy, like with him on the court, bro. Like we're just gonna be like,
yeah, for
it's
sure.
gonna be
So
crazy.
what do you think the starting lineup is gonna be?
So I actually saw like a post about this, like the coach talking about it, but he didn't. He said he's open to changing it. But me personally, I feel like Holiday, Derek White, Brown, Tatum, and then Porzingis. I feel like he might start Horford, but I feel like you just don't take that risk. I mean, he's old. Might as well have him on the bench because he can be a solid like sixth man if you want him to. So
Yeah, I did see too that Horford might start. But what I think the ideal starting lineup should be is, we just acquired Jrue Holiday. I think Derek White, um, Brown, Tatum, Porzingis. I think that's going to be a very good starting five. I think probably the best starting five. I mean, we got the Suns, but definitely up there.
yeah, for sure. I mean, how do you feel about us? Now we talked about the Celtics trades. How do you feel about us sending players? So we just sent Robert Williams and Brogdon. How do you feel like they're gonna do in Portland or wherever they go?
So yeah, so like we said, we recently acquired Jrue Holiday from the Portland Trailblazers, who was traded for Lillard. We might talk about that later on, but
Yeah,
so we did get Jrue Holiday from the Trailblazers. We trade away Robert Williams, Brogdon, 2 first-round picks to get him. I think, like I said, I think we won the trade. We did get the better player out
yeah,
of all of them,
for
but
sure.
um, we are gonna miss Robert Williams, like his presence, his rebounding, his defense, his just his overall defensive like game he has. So that does make us a little shorter on the bigs because we're like we mentioned, we only have Porzingis and Al Horford and like what Luke Cornett, so we are gonna miss him, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, when he played for us, he was good, but he was injury prone. That's the problem. And also when he was healthy, he played. He didn't play too much minutes, so that's kind of what you know was the
Yeah,
factor of trading him
yeah.
because he's very injury prone. But
Yeah, and like you said, since he's so injury prone, we do get Jrue Holiday, who is known for like, not missing games. He's always available. Doesn't get injured as often. But yeah, we do lose size, which kind of sucks. So I guess I don't know. We have Porzingis, we have Al Horford, we have Luke Cornett. Do you think we can get another center on the roster? What do you think?
I feel like for sure there's always room for an additional spot. The problem is Blake Griffin's considering retirement if he doesn't get a contract with the Warriors, which is odd because the Warriors, I mean, they got, I mean, I don't think they're title favorites if I'm being honest, but I don't want to underestimate. I think his best choice is just to stay here, and I mean, you have the highest chance of winning a ring here or Milwaukee, but it's up to him. But honestly, I don't know. It's his choice. But in terms of bigs, I mean, we do have, you know, I think we signed some new players. We also just got Wenyan Gabriel, who's I think a big man. He played for the Lakers. He was solid, and we also have a Neemias Queta too. But we have some new players. I still am trying to think of who, but we do
Yeah.
have some big
Mhm.
men who can potentially do some good minutes.
Yeah. Like the players you mentioned, Queta and Winning Gabriel, they are undersized bigs. Like I believe Queta is like 6'9", and then Gabriel is like 6'7", so they are undersized.
Yeah,
I was actually thinking about like maybe we should have acquired maybe like Dwight Howard, who you mentioned, and certainly about the Warriors. He did, work out with the Warriors.
yeah.
Maybe we can do a workout with Dwight. We do need that his rebounding, his toughness that we lost in the Jrue Holiday trade of Robert Williams. So maybe Dwight Howard would be a good fit. Get us like good fit. Get us like 10 minutes off the bench. Yeah.
What do you think about DeMarcus Cousins or potentially another big man, maybe Daniel Tice or something like that. What do you think of that? Who would you
DeMarcus
prefer?
Cousins. I mean, if I think so, Daniel Tice obviously has, connection with the Celtics. He's been there 2 times already.
Yeah,
He knows the system. I think when he played for us, he was very, very consistent. Can hit the three ball, but
yeah,
he is undersized. And I don't like I said, I don't think we're looking for undersized players. I think we need more taller players. But in terms of like
yeah.
knowing the system and hitting the three ball, and he's good. So I would choose Tice over DeMarcus Cousins. I know that's crazy to say, but at this point, DeMarcus is like he's like done, bro. He's like
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean he's kind of injury prone too, and
yeah,
I mean also Daniel Tice is more of like a power forward type player, but I mean he's still pretty good if you put him at that center. Um,
yeah, definitely, yeah.
so all right, so what do you now we got that out of the way? What do you think of the overall league? How do you think like the Dame trade or like the Suns, all these other teams? How do you feel like they did? What do you feel like? What are your expectations? All that.
So yeah, it's definitely been a crazy like last what since the trade deadline. So last 6 7 months, it's been crazy trades left and right, and it's been like just blockbuster trades. Kevin Durant to the Suns, that was a big move. Obviously, we traded Smart,
Yeah.
um, Jrue Holiday, Chris Paul to the Warriors. It's been crazy. Damian Lillard to the Bucks. So it's been a crazy off season. Um, I think the league is definitely becoming more of a super team again. Like KD. In Phoenix, we got KD, Booker,
Bradley
Beal,
Beal. Yeah.
Bradley Beal, and then we got Tatum, Jalen Brown, Jrue Holiday, Porzingis. We got a big four, and we got the Warriors. Obviously, we've got the Bucks now with Lillard. So I think it's moving into another era of super teams. And recently, I've heard that James Harden might be going to the Clippers in a trade, so that will be another big three. So yeah, definitely more of a big three type of league now.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like with our team, is gonna be like 2008 all over again with Rondo, Garnett, Allen, and Pierce, bro. Like this big four, but instead it's gonna be these guys. But I mean,
Hmm.
like, I mean, I kind of like this, big three league. It makes it, much more interesting, but also it's kind of unfair to the other teams because they're not as advanced in terms of like players and all that stuff. But I mean, that's just what it is. Like business is business, and we're here to win a championship that's long overdue. So
Yeah, I mean, I think out of all all the big threes in the league, we have. I think it's gonna be us and the Bucks. Like, I mean, the Suns too, but when I think of experience. I think of just players just wanting just system. Like
yeah,
the system works, and I think we got a really good system here. The Celtics have always been a good organization, good coaches, um, good organization. And yeah, I mean, the Milwaukee Bucks, for example, they just recently won their championship just a couple years ago.
yeah,
So, so they have experience too. So I think the Celtics and the Bucks are going to be like the teams to beat in the East. In terms of the West, I'm going to have to go probably with the Suns, just because they have KD and like Booker, who made the finals. Beal doesn't really have much playoff experience, but he's still, good player. So yeah,
yeah. I mean, the Suns do have, they have pretty solid bench. They have the goat Bull. So no, but for real, I feel like it will be a Bucks and Celtics conference finals. I mean, the Bucks are experienced, but the problem is they're old. Players
yeah,
like Brooke Lopez and Chris Middleton, they're getting older, but they do have
yeah,
experience. So do us. I mean, we've been in the playoffs every single year since Rondo left. So it's like we've been a pretty consistent team. We've seen like the conference finals plenty of times, and so like we have that experience. I feel like it would be a pretty close series. I got us in 7, hoping that KP doesn't get injured and all that, because then we're screwed.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I also think it's gonna be Celtics and Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. And the funny thing is, the Bucks obviously had Jrue Holiday on their team. Won a
Yeah,
championship and everything. He was a big part of that. And we literally have Jrue Holiday on our team who can guard Damian Lillard. So it's like it's kind of funny because we literally have their player to guard their, like, I guess not their best player, but obviously Lillard, who's like their second best player on the team. So
yeah,
it's gonna be very like interesting to see how it all plays out. Yeah.
for sure. I mean, I don't know about you, but I feel like what are your opinions on Isaiah Thomas wanting to start on a team? I mean, he's been everywhere on social media and stuff, like commenting and all that. I mean, I would like him to come back as like veteran experience, but I don't know. What are your thoughts?
So yeah, Isaiah Thomas, he is my favorite player of all time.
Respect.
Just yeah, I believe it was the 2016-17 season. He finished like top 3 in MVP voting. That was like a very special season. It was like one of the
Yeah.
first like full seasons I watched for the Celtics, and like he was really fun to watch. And those teams were just amazing. The ball movement, it was a great team. So yeah, Isaiah Thomas, I think he should be in the league. I think he should have, like you said, like a mentorship type role. He's still got left, stuff left in the tank and everything. But I think it also comes to the team, like because the way we played him that MVP season, we had a lot of defensive players around him, so he was able to flourish offensively. He didn't have to worry about defense because we had like Avery Bradley, Marcus Smart. Who else am I missing?
Jay
Al
Crowder,
Horford, Jay
Kelly
Crowder.
Olynyk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had like good defenders on that team that can make up for IT's lack of defense. So it's definitely going to be a team that's looking more for of a scoring type of player like Isaiah Thomas, but like you mentioned again, somebody who can just like a mentorship type role. So if I had to pick a team for IT, obviously I would love to see him in a Celtics jersey again. But I don't know. I mean, a team like the Heat looking for, some scoring off the bench. Yeah, definitely a team that needs scoring. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how do you feel about like this is towards the end? I mean, how do you feel about like our team? Do you feel good? Do you feel like we can do better? Or how do you feel like our season's gonna go?
Well, I'm expecting nothing less than at least a finals appearance.
For sure, yeah.
If we do not get a finals appearance, I think it's a failure of the season. But I think we're gonna make the finals. It's just I think the Bucks are gonna be the best team we might go up against.
Yeah.
And whoever we go against in the finals, I think it's gonna be the Bucks. If we can beat the Bucks, I think we can win the championship. So yeah, definitely.
All right. I also forgot to mention this, but quick little opinion. What is your opinion on our coaching? Do you think? Because I've been hearing a lot in the Celtics news that Mazzulla has changed his coaching style, and I just want to know your opinions. Like, do you think we have good coaching staff? I mean, we just got Sam Cassell on the coaching, who's a veteran NBA. I mean, what do you think like about our coaching situation?
So, Joe Mazzulla, I believe he's like one of the youngest head coaches in the league. So, he's definitely more. I think he definitely connects more to the players. I mean,
Yeah.
for sake, I mean, I think Al Horford is probably older than him, to be honest.
Yeah.
And yeah, so definitely his connection to the players, being young, like the timeline, I guess, I think that's going to be a good part, you know, for coaching these group of players. I mean, he's also proven that he can take this team to the not the finals, the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
This previous season, so he's a damn good coach. I would say. You know, in terms of our staff, you know, you mentioned Sam Cassell. You know, he's a championship player. He's made you know, deep playoff runs as a coach with the Clippers, and you know, so yeah.
I mean, I agree with what you said. I just feel like in order for us to, stop, just to do good, we need to stop shooting threes. Like his whole sort of game plan is to shoot threes, chuck up threes. I feel like we've got to move away from that towards the paint because I feel like we're better in the paint if we play sort of like that in mind.
Yeah.
Shoot less 3-pointers, blow less leads. I mean, we've blown a lot of leads in games last season. So I mean, if we can just have a mix of both, I feel like we'll do good. So
Yeah, so like you said, in terms of Missoula's game plan and his system, he really likes ISO 1-on-1 and like shooting, just chucking up threes. So
kind of
yeah,
like Steve Kerr game,
yeah,
almost.
yeah, yep. Yeah, he definitely wants Tatum and Brown, you know, to go 1-on-1, play ISO ball. You know, it's I think I mean, it's worked out. Obviously, we've seen, like I mentioned, we've seen him take this team to the Eastern Conference Finals with that type of system.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you. I don't think we should focus more on chucking up a lot of threes. I mean, now with Jrue Holiday, like he's like one of the best catch and shoot players in the league. So I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe stay with this same system by shooting threes, and because like we mentioned, we got it Porzingis, who is a plus 3-point shooter. Like I mentioned, Jrue Holiday is a plus 3-point shooter, and you know we got 3-point shooters and everything. So, and we do make them. So I don't know. Should we change the system? I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, we do have like our starting lineup, like pretty much our whole roster can shoot threes, and also you have our starting lineup, Jrue Holiday, and White, who are good defensive. Like Jrue Holiday is like pretty much a smart 2.0, but he has more points per game. He's a better 3-point shooter. So I mean, all I have is high expectations. Honestly, hopefully, you know, with this in mind, we can actually do something with it. Because, I mean, we have all these players. We made all these big trades. I mean, we have to, on paper, we look like a good team, but that doesn't mean anything if we don't put in the work on the court. So, yeah. Well, this has been a interesting, fun podcast to record. Thank you for coming out, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, all that stuff. Your thoughts. I'm feeling ready for this season. Can't wait for it to start. I feel like this will be one of the best NBA seasons we've had in a while. We have, super teams all around the map. So, what do you think? Last thoughts.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this upcoming season. I can't wait to see Lillard and Giannis play. I think they're gonna be like one of the best duos in the league. I mean, they do, like mentioned before, they do have a big three with Middleton, and Middleton has been injured and he's old, so it's going to be really interesting to see a Giannis and Lillard offense.
Yeah.
I'm also excited to see the Celtics. And yeah.
All right, thank you. This has been really fun to record. Obviously, we hope you guys enjoyed. But other than that, I'm out. And we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.